Hello ADHD tribe. To be fully honest with you, this is not the topic I was planning on making this video about, but in the process of doing research for my other idea, I kept falling down rabbit holes that would lead me to another topic I found super interesting and would love to cover. And this happened over and over and over again, constantly losing what the original topic even was. I was finding that having to backtrack to the original idea was getting harder every time and extremely draining. After 5 to 6 hours straight of hyper-focusing these random chains of research, I found myself in a place where I've been many times before, overwhelmed and full of anxiety. And yes, I fell down those same rabbit holes making this video. So today I want to talk about something that everyone with ADHD seems to be familiar with, and that is the on-again, off-again relationship between ADHD and feeling overwhelmed. As a side note, I'm going to be using the word neurotypical in this video, which is a more recently popularized word that is used to describe individuals of typical neurodevelopment, intellectual, and cognitive abilities. So put simply, it's used to describe anyone who does not have any developmental disorders such as autism, developmental coordination disorder, or ADHD. So when I use the word, that's what I'm referring to. The ADHD brain is commonly susceptible to a lower stress tolerance, hypersensitivity, and is more easily frustrated than a neurotypical brain. We are typically overthinkers and impulsive people, which can cause us to make sudden decisions in the moment, only to have us left overthinking all the possibilities we missed out on and questioning our choices. We also don't have the best short-term memory, so forgetting things in important and already stressful situations can exacerbate things. We also typically have difficulties with time management and a sense of time in general, as well as being expert procrastinators and at leaving things to the last minute. Unfortunately, all of these things are a perfect cocktail for getting overwhelmed, which can then lead to anxiety, panic attacks, depression, anger, zero patience, substance abuse, and even more lack of focus, which can lead to mistakes in the wrong setting, such as driving, and could be dangerous. I know for myself, sometimes when I get overwhelmed and frustrated, it can feel like my hypersensitivity is supercharged. I'm already pretty sensitive to certain textures, and at times when overwhelmed, they can feel like far too much, causing little things like the fabric of my sweater cuff rubbing against my hand to make me feel even more overwhelmed and anxious. The most common reaction to feeling overwhelmed is to escape and/or distract yourself as a coping mechanism, which can lead to addiction issues if unrecognized or used too often. How many of us, when feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or anxious, find ourselves binge watching our favorite TV shows for the millionth time? Or fall deep into video games for hours and days at a time? Or turn to weed, alcohol, or even food in order to feel something else and calm the brain? This can get tricky for people with ADHD, as our ability to hyperfocus can cause us to lose far more time to these activities than we meant to, which can make anxiety even worse or even lead to depressive episodes. In the past, I have fallen into this trap, and in extreme situations, I've lost multiple days to nothing but sitting and consuming whatever entertainment I had latched onto to help my mind avoid thinking and processing whatever it is that got it into this state to begin with, as stopping and stepping away from the distraction would make me painfully aware of my lack of accomplishments due to the loss of time. Also, when in these states, sometimes general self-care can be pushed to the back burner, oftentimes resulting in the quality of meals we eat and general exercise to diminish, which can equate to feeling even worse as well as other issues. So, what are some things that can cause an ADHD brain to get overwhelmed? That, unfortunately, could be an infinite list, as it will greatly depend on you. Everyone is different and will have different things that can trigger it. There are also so many outside factors that can affect it as well. As an example, when I'm feeling slightly stressed and I see a giant, long message or article I need to read or reply to, it can make me feel super overwhelmed. I'm not an incredibly fast reader, so when my time already feels limited, it can cause me to feel overwhelmed thinking about how much time it will take me to read it, let alone reply if it's a message. That said, having talked to others with ADHD and examined my own experiences, there do seem to be some common triggering events which can lead to getting overwhelmed, such as trying to tackle too much at once, not knowing where to start on something. Starting things can be extremely difficult for people with ADHD, feeling like you have a lack of time, having too high of expectations, feeling or getting rejected, comparing yourself against other people and what they have accomplished, and likewise, people comparing themselves to you and expressing it in an unkind or patronizing way. I feel like I could make a standalone video for each of those things, as there's just so much to talk about, and maybe someday I will. But in respect for your brain and mine, I'll avoid following those rabbit holes and try to stay on one subject for this video. The truth is, there is already a lot we need to do in a day, like eating and drinking properly, daily hygiene, exercise, dealing with finances, shopping, taking care of pets if you have any, general upkeep and cleaning, as well as socializing, just to name a few. It can be easy to feel overwhelmed when the thought, "I should be doing," creeps into your head among your to-do list. So, how can we best manage our time and energy to prevent getting overwhelmed? Well, I have talked to some people I know who have ADHD, as well as taken some time to research various strategies and dissect some of my own to try and help or at least give you some possible starting points in finding your own methods. I've compiled 15 useful techniques to help deal with and help prevent getting overwhelmed when you have ADHD. But as I've already blabbered on for a while in this video and dumped a lot of information on you, I'm going to cut this video into 2 parts, hopefully giving your brains a better chance of digesting what I said, as I know I constantly have to rewatch videos multiple times as I'll get distracted and not take everything in. So thank you for watching. If you want to talk more about your experiences feeling overwhelmed, feel free to comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Until next time.